Good morning, my winsome wigglers. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Wiggle Fitness on Wiggle Wednesday. Today, I wanted to talk about the ethos of wiggling. First of all, what is ethos? The Oxford Languages Dictionary, Google, defines ethos as the characteristic spirit of a culture, era, or community as manifested in its beliefs and aspirations. So, what is the ethos of wiggling? Well, I was thinking about it and I broke it down into four main parts. Number one, wiggling is not for everybody, but it could be for anybody. That is, anybody who's interested in using motion to further themselves along their physical journey. Number two, wiggling is not forever, it's for now. I'm not here to impress you with my physical acumen. I'm not here to impress you with my physique or my technical skills, my video editing skills. I'm just here with you, and it's meant to be a bridge. So in episode 1, I talked about that idea of bridge building, and for me, there's this concept of the difficulty of getting started, right? So you're here wherever your here is. For me, it's couch potato. For you, it may be you're more fit and you don't really worry about exercise too much, but the idea of starting something new is the hard part. Right? So you have to get over the hump of that mental block from where you are to where you want to be. And so with wiggling, the idea is that it's just a little bridge. You may use it as a method to kind of free yourself because of the humorous nature of it, or it may be the thing that just gets you moving a little bit where you weren't moving before. And we all know that motion, whatever you can manage, is better than non-motion, because life is all about change in it. But the idea is you won't be here forever. It's a transition time. So from where you are, maybe there's some wiggling in there somewhere, and then you move on to whatever your next stage of your transformation is. So it's the idea that wiggling is just a small piece of the puzzle for whatever fitness and wellness looks like to you. I know that goes against the grain for what most YouTube channels are supposed to be doing, which is cultivating subscribership. Oh well, that's life. Number 3. Wiggle your way. There are no rules except for don't hurt yourself and don't hurt anybody else while you're wiggling, but you don't necessarily need to be doing what I'm doing. You don't necessarily need to be doing it as often as I'm doing it. The idea is you choose the when, the how, the with whom, the where, and the how much. And it just becomes a part of your program however you want it to be a part of your program. Or you just tune in for a laugh. That's totally legit. Laughing, as I've said, is good for your health. I think one of the key things for me in that is the freedom from a structured program. The thing that I find overwhelming sometimes about starting a new program is how big it feels in my brain. This is just a tiny thing. It's a tiny thing that you can do to whatever degree that you want, and it's just helps grease the wheels a little bit towards progress. And you don't have to remember rules, and you don't have to remember that there's a right or a wrong way to do it. It's just whatever it looks like to you, right? Usually pretty weird, but that's okay. Number 4, it's a mindfulness practice. When it really boils down to it, we know it's not really about burning calories. It's not really about losing weight, as I've mentioned before. But it is about changing your mindset. It is about connecting more with your body and being more in tune with what your body wants and needs in a small, accessible way. So for me, I can feel in my body that my joints wanted to move. So I started thinking about the ways that I could move my joints. It turns out that's actually pretty good for helping to deal with inflammation and helping that move through. The other piece of it that I like for me that is actually part of the mindfulness is the absurdity. It's ridiculous, right? To do this is ridiculous. You look ridiculous. I'm out here in my yard recording, wondering if the neighbors can see me, and I'm actually considering like doing some public events and wiggling on street corners because I'm a lunatic. But the idea of lightheartedness, that we bring this lightness to it. And who doesn't need more light in their lives? Unless you're a mushroom. But still, so that's basically the 4 main principles behind the ethos of the wiggle. And I hope now that you will join me for a 3-minute seated or standing, or lying down, or watching, or listening, wiggle. I can't remember did I say 5 minutes or 3? We're just gonna say 5 minutes now. Still using this bad boy. Probably just should have said that the essential ethos of the wiggle is the pee-pee dance. there you have it. A 5-minute wiggle. See you next week. Y'all, I seriously record these things without music. Which is funny if you're expecting me to be dancing to something, because I'm totally not.